Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching. If you could like and subscribe before you start watching, that'd be great. If not, you can do it at the end. So today's video is about how to start your triathlon journey. It's January. You may in 2021 think, oh, I want to do a triathlon. I actually have had a lot of people message me on Instagram, my non-tri one, asking for tips, asking how you got into it. So today's is just like how to start a triathlon. Simple. I'm not actually going to talk today about the race day itself. There's so much. I'll do a dedicated one for race day. Swim, bike, run. Always that order, I think. As you've got super sprint, Olympic, 70.3 or middle distance, whatever you want to call it, and your Ironman. You then go on to like ultra Ironmans, ultra this. Who does those? Go super sprint. 400 meters of swimming, which is 100 meters is 4 lengths, so 4, 8, 12, 16 lengths. Obviously a lot of these triathlons are in open water, so you're outdoor swimming. And then your cycle is 10 kilometers, so 6 miles. Your run is 2.5k, so half a 5k. Obviously your super sprints aren't as common, but they're very much more like your equivalent of a fun run. Like if you want to smash out 400 meters, like a 400 meter swim at CSS pace, which is your critical swim speed pace, pretty tricky. So I did my first one as a sprint, which is 750 meters in the water. You do the math. And then it is a 20 kilometer bike ride and a 5k run. Sprints should not be underestimated because they are flipping hard. If you've ever done a 5k time trial where you try to run as fast as you can for 3 miles, it's tough. So add a 20k cycle on that and then the swim as well. But it's a really good one, I think, as a beginner. If you want to win, then train. If you are fit and you go to the gym and you do runs, you'd be able to get through a sprint. If you just want to do a sprint distance triathlon, you'd be able to do it. Probably not much training, so long as you know how to swim, you have a bike that you ride and you can run. So then the next one is your next one up, which is your Olympic distance, which is what you will see the Brownlees doing a lot on the Olympics. At the Olympics, obviously, it's called Olympics. 1.5k. So we go from meters to k now, but 1.5k is basically the equivalent of 1500 meters. So 3k is 3000 meters, 5k is 5000 meters, 1.5k swim, 1500 meters, 54, 60. It's a lot of lengths. Up to half an hour, maybe more if you don't swim. Maybe very less than 20. A 40k bike ride, 10k run. Your next distance is your 70.3. Another term for it is middle distance triathlon, half Ironman. You have a 1.9k swim, then 90 kilometer bike ride. 21 kilometer run, and then the next one up to that is your Ironman. You're taking a full chunk out of your day to do an Ironman. A 3.8k swim, 180 kilometer bike ride. Don't listen, bike, we're not doing it, don't worry. And then you've got a 42 kilometer run, which is a marathon. If it's May and you want to do a triathlon in June, you're relatively fit, sprint. If it's January and you want to do an Ironman in next year, or maybe like September of this year, you probably maybe might be able to do it. You do any, but just consider what kind of prep you need to do and what fitness you're at the minute. The next thing you need to decide, compete or complete. Okay, second, first, third, or do you want to complete? You might run around in a tutu. People love wearing tutus on these sporting events. So do you want to compete or do you want to complete? Because that is going to tailor your preparation. If you want to complete, then I would say your better ones are your shorter distance and you have to have a general fitness. If you want to complete your longer distance one, then you do have to do some proper training. It's going to hurt your body, therefore you need to prepare. So you can expect to swim, bike and run. How much you do of each depends on what distance you do. So competing, get a coach. I'm with Try Training Harder, but there is loads on Instagram. You're not accountable to them. If you get tooth decay, you don't do the filling yourself, and it's the same concept. And my coach, he's done loads, he knows about it, you can ask him questions, have a clue what I was doing, so just getting injured. They know things, it's useful. If you can't afford a coach, there. If you go into Training Peaks, you can actually buy plans off Training Peaks for specific events. Training Peaks is actually where my coach uploads everything to. It's like this, and basically all those dots are kind of like your training sessions. Okay, you don't have anyone to speak to, but it's better than probably just going out there on your own. The third option could be that you join like a local triathlon club, which is a lot less than just getting a dedicated coach. They put on training sessions that are really good. Some great people at Mantra, and you've got that kind of community spirit, you're training together. It's definitely one of those things if you want to compete. Unless you've got a really sporting background and you really understand triathlon, then you probably won't be able to do it on your own. You're swimming, you are going to do it in a pool over winter. Your races are probably going to be in open water, so lakes, seas, I don't know what else. You want to kind of get used to that open water swimming, and it is different to pool swimming. Kit for training kit, which is different to race kit, but it's very similar. Firstly, you're gonna need a bike. I've watched so many videos where people are like, you just need any bike, just a roadworthy bike. This bike down here was £300. I mean, come on, flipping it. Pay it off in instalments, but just get a road bike. You do look a bit of a plonker if you turn out to a triathlon on a mountain bike. You can do it, but if you want to feel the part and you're like, I want to do a triathlon, I'd get a road bike. Doesn't have to be a carbon one, doesn't have to be super expensive. It's going to make you feel good as well. With your bike, what's going to help you with your training is a turbo trainer. That's when you can cycle inside, which is what I've got here. You can get smart ones which connect via Bluetooth to an app called Zwift, whereby you ride and you've got like an avatar on your screen, and it increases the resistance on your bike, so it's kind of like you're outside, but in weather like this it's a bit bad to go outside, so it kind of gives you that simulation experience. If you get in the Bluetooth one, then a great investment is Zwift. You can do races, training sessions on there. If you are getting a road bike and you want to have the shoes whereby you clip your shoes in, so you're not wearing trainers, you clip your shoes in and your shoes can't come out, your feet can't come out until you clip them out, like skis where you clip your foot out, then you will need some special shoes, which are your cycling shoes, which have the cleats on the bottom. It basically means that you're using different muscles than if you're wearing trainers. I was really scared about getting cleats. It's not that bad. We've had a few mishaps at like traffic lights, but I think everybody has, and you just kind of get used to it. For your swimming, you're going to obviously need swim kit, so you need your goggles. If you wear glasses like me, you want to consider contact lenses or prescription goggles. I personally wear contacts throughout a triathlon, so include your wetsuit. I used to wear a surf wetsuit, which was great and it got me through, but it's kind of not as flexible in the shoulders, so you do want that swim specific one. You can swim without a wetsuit in open water in this country if it's above a certain temperature, I think. I've never swam in this country without a wetsuit. Then you're going to need trainers, because you're going to run in your trainers. They could be the same trainers that you train in, or you could have more race specific ones. I actually recommend getting a tri-suit because, well, you definitely need cycling shorts so your bum stays intact, but a tri-suit, if you're going to go for a tri, like, wear a tri-suit, make yourself feel good. 2XU have some good ones. I've just got a new one for Christmas to match my new bike. Not do a race without a helmet. Do not do a race without a helmet. Actually take your bike off the rack until you've got your helmet on and clip, because you get told off there and then on the spot. You don't get told off afterwards. It's going to be intense when biking running, so you might want to do some strength training as well. Other preparation that's not buying, I would say, is get yourself on social media. Try Kags. But there's so many people on triathlon accounts. Just type in triathlon and so many people come up, and it's such a good community. So many people will answer your questions if you want questions on YouTube videos. So many out there, mainly more male specific. Woo, niche in the market. It was really useful in my preparation last year to volunteer at an event. I met so many people through volunteering at events. I've got a really good friend that I got through volunteering. You see so many mistakes when you are watching events. It is so good. I've seen these flying mounts where people are like leapfrogging onto the bike, and it has ended disastrously. But it was so good to have that experience of seeing what it's like in a transition area, what people are like when they finish, what they're like when they start. It's really, really, really useful. And if you volunteer, you normally get a free event with those people that you've done it with. You have to do a bit of work, but the majority of the time just having a chat with you. And the benefit of a triathlon kind of season is it's the summer. You could start with a sprint, so in June you could book a sprint, and if you wanted to, actually your goal was an Olympic or a 70.3, then you might want to book your May-June sprint, and then you've got a September 70.3. I'm exhausted. I've noticed that I don't actually breathe when I talk, so I do apologise for talking too fast. I'm literally like, just bloody do it. If you don't like it, then there's no love lost. There are things that are expensive to buy, and it has been the most expensive sport for me, and I knew that I wanted to get into it properly. You can get so much that's secondhand. I mean, if I were to sell that bike, you'd be getting a great bike because I've looked after it, and that would be a great turbo trainer because I've looked after it. So secondhand is quite good. Just book events, see how you get on. And loads of people said to me, and I'll cover this in my race day video, but loads of people said to me, just enjoy it. And I was like, how can I enjoy it? I'm doing a triathlon, I can't enjoy it. You'll enjoy it. And if you don't enjoy it, then it's probably not the right sport for you. Taking away from this video, I would tell you to swim, bike, run, get a coach, or get a plan of Training Peaks, or join a club, and get on social media to look at everybody, watch YouTube videos, volunteer at events, read about the sport, watch past Olympics. It gets some inspiration. If it was helpful, if you've got any questions, let me know, drop it in the comments below, or send me a message. Yeah, so my next video, I'm not too sure what it's going to be. I think it's actually going to be on my new bike.